Worst news, and probably there are people in this room who receive terrible news on phone call, but a phone call can also save your life. And so I'm going to ask, you've been so polite, what an amazing audience. I'm going to ask you to get your phones out because we're going to do a couple things really quick. I want to make sure that everybody in this room has this phone number saved in your phone. This is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and you can call it whether you're having dark thoughts, whether somebody you care about is having dark thoughts, if you just want to get more information, you want them to send you some signs to put in your building, in your break room or in your bathrooms. They have those and they're free. You can also ask Siri if you ever need to call. You can say, Siri, call the National Suicide Lifeline, and she'll do it. But the thing is that 1 in 5 people who attempt to take their own life actually make that decision in 5 minutes or less. That night on the icy road, that was my 5 minutes. And 5 minutes can go by really fast if you're looking for a phone number. So I invite you to save this, and I'll make sure that Melanie has this for follow-up information. And I also want you to know that at When to Worry Project, you can reach us very easily at our resource center. The phone number's on there, it's on all your tables. I left some material for each of you. We actually have the largest database of vetted resources for veterans of any era in the nation. We have nearly 3,000 vetted resources in our database. So whether you know a Vietnam era veteran that's looking for a service dog, or you know a Desert Storm era veteran that needs assistance building a ramp for their house, we can help find a resource for that. And certainly if you know a post 9/11 veteran that needs our support and services, urge them to call or visit our website. We have over 20 programs. They're all free. We charge no membership fees. Everything from personal health and wellness to substance abuse programs, combat stress-related programs, programs for family members, programs to find jobs. We pretty much cover all the bases. And then lastly, I want to ask you to send a message to somebody in your life that you care about. You can send it on as a text or Snapchat, or if you have Yahoo Instant Messenger, I have a very special prize for you. All the message has to say is, I'm here for you 24/7, 365. Send it to your kids, your best friend from high school, somebody you served in the military with, because the truth is, we all think that, right? Like my friends, my family, they know they can call me if they're ever in a dark place. But without that reminder, without opening that door and giving them permission, there are so many people who would struggle without saying a word, just like I did. Now, when you send this message, I bet you the person that gets it is going to reply, and they're going to say, oh my gosh, thank you. Only Tuesday. If you're really lucky, you're going to get that emoji with like the little 3 hearts, that kissy face emoji. That's my favorite. And I want you to then save that person's number in your favorites, because they're going to be there for you too. And none of us can do this by ourselves. And we have the perfect lifeline in our pockets 24/7. So I want to thank you so much for having me here today. And Melanie's been amazing, so I want to thank her for inviting me. Please stay in touch on social media. If you ever have a question about our programs or services, you can find me, and Melanie will be happy to answer those. But I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have right now. So don't be shy. I give this speech to elementary kids, middle school. Middle school has the most questions of anybody. There's probably nothing I haven't been asked. So if you have a question, now's the time. Yes.
Can you explain the meaning of the logo to everyone?
Oh, yeah. So I kind of alluded to it a little bit. The Marine veteran named Nick, who helped my brother and I, he actually had been carried off the battlefield just like this. He was hit in 2005 in Iraq by a rocket-propelled grenade, and he's had to have, I don't know, a dozen surgeries. And so that symbol represents the no man left behind. No, we don't leave anybody on the battlefield. They're carried off. One soldier carries another, and that's how we operate at When to Worry Project. Today, you have the opportunity to actually be that soldier on the bottom, because you're going to take this information. Now you're aware, so you're going to be a good advocate for When to Worry Project. So if you ever come across somebody that needs our services, you're going to be able to do that. But sometimes people need to be carried like I did. And that's what our logo is all about. Great question. Yes.
So your birth son also went into the military?
He
Did you fight that like a crazy woman?
So a lot of people ask me that. I was in counseling by the time that he made his decision, and it's something I talked about with my counselor a lot. And I wanted to be a supportive mom. I didn't want to assume that the terrible things that happened to my brother or worse could happen to my son. And I felt like it was really important for him to take his own path and do what he wanted to do. And my brother didn't know why he didn't join the Army. He thought that was pretty stupid. He joined the Marine Corps. But yeah, I struggle with it. But I tried to breathe through it all and be supportive. Well, I'll be around if anybody wants to ask. Everybody's too shy to ask in front of everybody else. I want to thank you so much for having me, and please let's stay connected.
Very moving and emotional speech, and we really appreciate it. I'm going to try to get this set back up here.